10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ninja vanish!
You know, it does actually help if I add myself and the rest of the people to the chat. It helps a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit if I actually make sure that the people that are going to be speaking for an hour or two are actually in the chat. What's up, guys?
What's up, brother?
Yo, yo, yo.
How's it going?
Going good.
Everybody doing well? Everybody enjoy their Discord hacking?
Right. I was on top of that shit quick though.
Yeah, I caught the couple that you didn't. There was like 3 of them, I think. I can't remember, but I wiped those out, and it looks like they hit Honda too, and I don't know.
Yep. I got Honda, and there was just like 3 or 4 of them I couldn't do on your Discord.
Yeah, they done smack some shit around.
Yeah, I already got a hold of the person and told them to change passwords and fix some stuff.
Yeah. I bet the same thing happened to me. I don't know what, last year. Somebody hacked my Discord account and started dropping a bunch of porn links or something. I can't remember what the hell it was.
I remember. It was like
stuff in there.
plus 18 or something like that.
I can't remember what it was. Or was it? No, it was somebody hacked me and was sending private messages to everybody. That's what it was. It was like, you got to check this out. Click here. And like some people were actually clicking it.
Yes.
I'm like, bitch, have I ever sent you a message like that? You just be clicking shit. I'm like, well, congratulations. You just got hacked. You now have a virus on your computer. Don't be clicking that shit.
No, that's
like
why
on Facebook when you get all these messages. Anytime you get a message from anybody that's like, oh, you got to check this out. Click this link.
Delete.
Don't click that fucking link. Nobody sends a message like that.
No.
It's like when that kid from high school gets a hold of you and he's like, hey, bro, who handles your finances? And I'm like, we haven't talked. I'd love to share an opportunity. No, I don't want an opportunity with you. If you're hitting me up over Facebook to get my financial information because you're going to help me grow. I'm like, no, you're not, bro.
I love the fact that the ones too where the people post on Facebook where it's clearly people fishing to get your like security questions.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like answer these questions and we can tell you about this about you. And people are answering them. It's very basic security questions. What's the name of your dog? What street did you grow up on?
Birth date.
It's like
the name of
your answer the questions, you morons.
Yeah, it couldn't be more obvious that shit's a scam, but people are fucking naive. And
I've even seen there, I commented on it's like seeing people like knew like stop commenting on this. This is clearly them fishing for like get your security questions. We're just having fun. Quit, but people actually replying back. Don't harsh on them having fun. It's like, fuck you idiots.
Yeah, right.
Dumb motherfuckers. By the way, Duke.
Yeah, baby.
My wife's got another package for your kids.
Oh, thanks, man.
Your wife and kids. Whatever. I don't know.
Thanks,
your wife probably appreciates more than the kids are like. Kids do. They're like, God damn it, again? More school?
They're happy. They see the thing is that we they like doing school. My 2-year-old doesn't. So they're into it, man. And I don't know, my wife did a bunch of stuff about how much time actually has to be spent for kids in homeschool. And it's crazy how low the time is, considered that their counterparts are doing 8 hours a day.
Oh, you can easily get away with it. I think the average is like an hour and a half to 2 hours a day.
Yeah. And then it goes up to like 4 hours a day when it's like a senior in high school. but that's all that's needed. When you take all the other BS out, like it's not that much time to get them to dedicate themselves to schoolwork.
Yeah,
and a
that's
lot
how
of
my
it's like,
son graduated early. He graduated when he was 16.
yeah,
Like he had just turned 16. His birthday's in August. He had just turned 16,
yeah.
and he would have had 2 more years of school. And he,
But if you homeschool your kids, they're going to miss out being indoctrination of being like trans and gay.
oh man, that's
Yeah, I'm like, they're like, well, everybody always says like socialization. I'm like, yeah, you think I want my kids unsupervised around your kids? Like that's the problem. You think that I want that? I don't. No, I want to be involved, and they get socialization from church. They get socialization from friends and family. We do enough things that my kids are not awkward. I mean, my kid was speaking in German, running around fighting people the other day. But I mean, hey, you know what I mean? Like,
that's just family history.
That's just you know, because we've been doing the thing where he's got all my GI Joe stuff out now, and he's doing with the poppers. So we'll set up like each side has like our tanks and our Joes, and then we throw the poppers, you know, those little things that blows them up and stuff. And we've been doing that like every night for the past 2 weeks. So, you know, anyways, but he's just
being raised right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and we watch GI Joe. We watch GI Joe every morning, and he is like singing the GI Joe song, getting the jingle. So I will tell you, Serpentor freaks out my daughter though. So we can't watch the Serpentor episodes. He is kind of intense. I mean, so. But yeah,
still the greatest movie intro of all time is that GI Joe movie intro.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Do you include the Geek series or Dick series?
No, because that's not free on Tubi. And I don't have that, and I don't even know.
I thought that was on
YouTube. It's free on YouTube.
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. I don't know how I feel about that. I remember watching that as a kid, but to 100%, no lie, the old classic GI Joe stuff holds up. It's good story, it's good dialogue, and it's good action. I will tell you that all holds up.
The Dick series is not as good. However, it did introduce a lot of characters that have maintained to today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it introduced a lot of
Dick series too, like one of Cobra Commander's best looks, the armored.
Yeah, the armored look for Cobra. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It did a lot of stuff. It introduced a lot of characters, and it really helped the toy line in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yep.
But as a show, it wasn't nearly as good as the original.
Yeah. They got rid of Serpentor and turned him into an iguana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got I want to find the G.I. Joe series and watch everything in order myself to get some continuity, because there's episodes I'm missing, like that I don't know where they're at, and I know that there's like a whole season or something that I'm not finding on Tubi that I know exists, because I know there's like older episodes, because it went through renditions, right, where there was where Flint and Lady J and Gung Ho and Shipwreck were like the main cast, and then there's a time where like Duke, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, and like other people were.
Wasn't the movie the end of the original series? Like, I don't think any more episodes came out after the movie.
I guarantee that's not true, because Serpentor, or is that true?
Yeah, I think so, because it was 83 to 84 was season 1, 84 to 85 was season 2, 85 to 86 was season 3, 87 was the movie. There might have been an 86, 87 season. Was there 4 seasons or 3 seasons of the original show?
I don't know.
Yeah, because the original movie was 87, and the Dick series came out in 89. I don't think there was any more original series after the movie. I don't think they did any more original series. I think they did 3 or 4 seasons, then the movie, then there was like a year and a half off before the Dick series came up. The Dick came up. But
85 through 86 is the original series.
No, there's 83. There's a series that came out in like early 80s.
Well,
There's only two
so-
seasons of the original G.I. Joe series.
Well,
according to
there is a quote
Permit.
unquote first season that's only like 6 episodes.
Okay.
It was it was considered a season,
It's the
but it wasn't really a
is it the-
season.
the
It was
Pyramid of Darkness?
essentially the original 6 or 8 episodes or whatever it was, which were made exclusively to sell the toys.
Really?
And then they came back and did more seasons after that. So the first
Season 1 is 50 episodes. And
yeah, but
Where-
they're counting a season that's not a part of that first season. They're counting those first few episodes that were aired like a year and a half earlier before it became a series.
Season 2 is 30 episodes. Then the movie. Then you had the Deke series.
Mm.
Or Dick series, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because like a year and a half before it became a regular series, they did like a few episodes just to sell the toy.
Okay.
And then I guess now they're including that as part of the first season, but it was separate.
Part
It was
1 through 5. The Pyramid of Darkness.
Yeah. That was originally aired like a year at least before the series became a regular series.
September 16th, 1985 was the first part of the Pyramid of Darkness.
Yeah, but see, that's season 1, but there's a season 0, the miniseries 1 and 2, that what he's talking about, and that's
Right.
where it's the Mass Effect. That's 83. They did one, and then they did one in 84, which was the Revenge of Cobra in the Cobra's Pit, and that was 84, and then that's when the Pyramid of Darkness starts.
The Pyramid of Darkness was 85, according to Internet Movie Database.
Okay. Anyways, I've been digging it.
My favorite episodes of the original series are still when Cobra convinced Shipwreck that he had been fucking lost his memory for 10 years.
Oh yeah, yes,
I love that whole
Yeah.
that two-parter is fucking great.
83 miniseries. Let's see.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out one of the episodes I remember the most. I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's something about there's Duke, Snake Eyes, and I can't remember who else is in it. But they're in like the jungles, which I mean that's every episode. And Zartan is in it. They have like the swamp vehicles, and they put something on this dude's head. I remember they're in like India. They put something on this guy's head, and he's like a scientist guy, and he ends up helping Cobra. What is that? And I can't remember that episode. But anyways, I'm trying to search for that specific episode, and I think it's one of the earlier ones. But anyways, having fun going through all that with my son, and he's been digging it.
Did they ever do? I don't remember if they did or not. Did they ever do a G.I. Joe and Sergeant? What was his name? Sergeant
Slaughter?
No, not Slaughter. When they tried to redo G.I. Joe toys before G.I. Joe Extreme, it wasn't Sergeant Rock. I'm thinking Sergeant Rock, but he was basically like Captain America. What was his fucking name?
I can't remember his name. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Where he was like frozen since World War II, and G.I. Joe unearthed him. God, what was his fucking name? Sergeant.
Okay. I found the 1 hour like miniseries, like it's the Mass Device in 1983.
But it was a line of toys. I don't remember if they ever made a cartoon out of it. I know they did G.I. Joe Extreme. That cartoon was awful. At least from what I remember. I don't know. There's probably G.I. Joe Extreme fans out there.
It was the first episode was so bad. Their female pilot made a car fly. I can make anything fly, even if it's not an airplane.
That sounds like some shit they would have done in A-Team. Remember they were always making shit in A-Team? I remember one time they made an ultralight out of trash. I don't remember what the fuck it was.
Okay,
Sergeant Savage.
Sergeant Savage.
Sergeant Savage, there you go. Was that ever a cartoon or was that just a toy line?
I have no idea.
It sounds like a toy line, but it says he was, I'm reading here, Greatest Generation, being frozen for over 50 years.
Sergeant Savage and the Screaming Eagles.
Yeah.
And it was a single 30-minute cartoon produced by Sumbo and animated by ACOM.
So they probably just played it just to advertise the toy. That's probably why.
Yeah.
So
probably came with those VHS tapes you used to get with toys.
Mm-hmm.
For those young enough, VHS tape was a type of media where you record stuff. And this little rectangular plastic box had plastic reel, like little film reels inside of it.
Okay, so I always thought I got Sergeant Savage wrong when I would get Sergeant Slaughter confused. But there was a Sergeant Savage. That's why
there was Sergeant Savage. He was basically the G.I. Joe universe's Captain America. Where they he was frozen in time since World War II. And they dug him up. He didn't have any powers or anything, but yeah. And this was after the Dick series, but before the G.I. Joe Extreme series.
There you go. Free VHS tape. Episode of He-Man.
There you go. But anyway, G.I. Joe's awesome. I fucking love G.I. Joe. We need a new G.I. Joe cartoon, man.
We need what we need is the same thing that they did with X-Men.
The problem is, the very major problem right now is going to be into like the new Transformers series. They're going to have somebody like Nightshade doesn't go by male or female. They use their pronouns.
Snake Eyes might be a girl. What are Snake Eyes' pronouns? They, them. It'll be some stupid bullshit like that.
They did it with Transformers. They'll do it with G.I. Joe.
We need 100% like the X-Men TV show, where they just revisit Cobra and G.I. Joe, like in that era, like call it, G.I. Joe 1989 or whatever.
Yeah, just continue it after the movie.
Right,
just
after the movie. Yes, and like go back and like fight Nemesis Enforcer and Cobra La, because that wasn't all done because he escaped. Yep. And have them and maybe like redo the ending and keep it the original where Duke dies. So Duke, like, redo the ending where Duke dies. Let Duke die and let like Falcon take over with Flint and all them, and make it kind of dark, not like gross dark, but like don't make it super kiddie and like make it a little bit edgy.
Make it for the adults who were kids.
Oh, they did have the retaliation.
Exactly what they did with X-Men 97.
Yeah,
they made that show for the adults who are adults now who enjoyed the show.
Well, they did have the Retaliation animated movie. That was really good.
I don't think I ever saw that one. The only one I saw was the Hub series. That was like when they're all on the run because they've been accused of being.
You really need to go watch the Retaliation. That is such a great movie. It is a high-end animation, like still animation. They do kill off some characters. I'm not going to say who, so you don't spoil anything, but they do kill off characters in the movie.
That is my favorite G.I. Joe episode. One of my top fives is the episode where all the G.I. Joes die and they go into the alternate universe where Cobra is taking over the world. That's my favorite. That one.
Mm-hmm. Where some of the Joes stay behind and in that world to try to rebuild the resistance.
Yeah, and the Baroness is on the Joe side, but that and then the one where Shipwreck and Snake Eyes go into that nightclub. They like dance, and Snake Eyes looks like Boy George, and I can't remember that song. But the best part was when Snake Eyes and Shipwreck dress up as cobras.
Oh god, and he's still got his parrot, and Snake Eyes still has his mask on, but they like make it through the Cobra base just fine.
Yeah,
they don't look suspicious at all.
Yeah, like we've been fighting these guys for like 10 years.
You can't really say that Cobra hires the brightest people.
Yeah, that was.
I wonder in a battle of like Cobra soldiers versus stormtroopers, who would actually win?
Yeah, nobody's getting shot. Like it just goes on and on. Yeah.
Now, if you throw a Serpentor in there, he starts throwing snakes through stormtroopers.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when you look back, that was kind of like a lot because they torture Cobra Commander. They kill Duke. I mean, that snake goes right into his heart. I mean, that was pretty obvious. But I mean, it was dark. I still that movie still.
They rewrote the dialogue because they got so much flack because they killed so many G1 Transformers.
Yeah.
People parents were leaving the movie and demanding their money back because their kids were crying because they killed all the G1 cast almost.
Which what's funny is I don't know, I don't remember this. Like I went to the movies and saw that with my friends, and we watched the movie, and we were like, God, they killed, mostly it was, they killed Optimus Prime, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody getting that upset over it though. None of my friends did.
Apparently, it was more like the big cities and stuff, that thing where people were just like, the kids were just totally like in shock that they killed off their hero.
Also, there was a thing where
the villain survives and gets an upgrade.
where you don't know how true that is. Like, that's at a time and an era where it could have just happened in 10 places and it got a lot of flack and a lot of loud noise, and everybody else was okay with it. But in these 10 cities where this one executive lived, and he created the narrative of, oh my gosh, this was the worst idea ever. Because if Matt doesn't remember it, I mean, it's just not a
I
was a part of.
I grew up in Dallas. I went with my friends. Nobody at school was upset or pissed or anything. We all loved the movie. I still to this day love it. I mean, it sucked that Optimus Prime died, but I loved the fucking movie. All my friends loved the movie.
I love the original G1 movie. It's like it's so well done. It's like I hate it seeing my favorite characters getting killed, but
dude, I think for like 3 months after that movie came out, I rocked fucking "You Got the Touch" every chance I could get.
Oh yeah, I got the soundtrack somewhere, like on CD.
Practical Bacon does want us to know he is a trustworthy Nigerian prince. I've had that on the screen for like 10 fucking minutes, and I just didn't mention it. Sorry.
Well, you got a new super chat now too.
I do. Oh shit, I got a new one. Tater Hater says, Duke, did you get your screen name from Duke and G.I. Joe? If you did, that would be so awesome. He was my favorite Joe. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, 100%. My first screen name was Gung Ho, and I used that on Night Strikes for like a couple months, and on Travis P11 and on Sandhill Shooter, and because I liked Gung Ho was one of my favorites, and then it just was like, yeah. And then I talked to my wife, and I was like, we got to come up with a cool name, and I was like, I kind of like Duke, and I had a couple renditions, and then I just used Duke Liberty. So there you go.
But it is as good as hot to that.
Yeah,
dude, that thing is just alive and well. That meme is not going anywhere.
No.
and she's already commented on her feelings of Trump. So did you see that?
Yeah,
I showed that one to you. So
yeah, that's very clear.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Well, now who do you like better, Gung Ho or Leatherneck?
Oh, definitely Gung Ho. Leatherneck is cool. I like him, but Gung Ho got a ton more screen time. Gung Ho was one of the top 10 in the whole series.
Yeah.
And he's got good stuff in the movie, which I watch the movie on repeat still. So he's got good stuff in the movie. But my favorite Joe by far is Sergeant Slaughter. That is the encompassment of my dream of, you know what I mean? Like, that's who I'm nothing like him, but I want to be him. I still want to meet him. I think that'd be cool. That's one of the guys.
He is such a nice guy in person.
Yeah.
I got to meet him a few years ago. Buddy of mine he had a STC special edition Sergeant Slaughter figure that was in it was made by Mattel, but it was in the Hasbro Melloway Colors wrestling figure.
Yeah.
The only thing it was missing was the G.I. Joe down the pants leg. It had the USA on the tank top. And
but his fight against Nemesis Enforcer that is still some of the best cinema or media I've ever seen. As a kid, I was going bananas when he was given the business to Nemesis Enforcer, and he fights him and throws him into the chasm. That is my all, man.
Even with being an older dude, he's still a pretty good sized guy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm 6'2", and he's taller than I am.
Yeah, and the way he
So-
would gas you up, like, all right, Joes, we got Cobra on the run in this episode. I'd be like, oh my gosh. Like,
So here's all the GI Joe characters that were Marines and their rank.
Okay.
Mace, I'm blanking on who Mace is.
I don't know who that is.
He was a first sergeant. Gung Ho was a gunnery sergeant.
Mhm.
Leatherneck was a gunnery sergeant. Slaughter was a gunnery sergeant. Hollow Point was a staff sergeant. Mirage was a staff sergeant. Mainframe was a sergeant.
Oh,
Blast Off was a Marine corporal.
Mace, I think, was from the Geek series.
Scarlet wasn't a Marine, but she was trained by the Marines.
that's cool.
Mainframe was in the Army first, but later re-enlisted as a Marine before he went into the Joes.
That's cool.
And that's it.
Who is your favorite, Matt?
My favorite's always been Flint.
Oh,
Flint was
yeah.
always my go-to. I loved Flint.
Yeah.
When I was a kid,
I mean, it just as
Sarge.
far as the G.I. Joes. Now, as far as characters in general, my favorite is Storm Shadow. I always liked Storm Shadow.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
when I was a kid, Sarge all the way. But
Okay.
when they introduced Sarge, it's like, yeah, he's the coolest.
But what Storm Shadow, Matt?
Which
Like-
Storm Shadow? What do you
I'm
mean?
sorry. Which costume from Storm Shadow did you like better?
I mean, I'm pretty much a traditionalist. I like his original, just plain white ninja costume. I do
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
as far as the toy. There's been so many cool toys. I did like his white camo pattern. He's had, in my opinion, he's had way more cool costumes than Snake Eyes ever had.
Okay. Yeah. I would agree.
He's the original ninja.
Yeah, he was the original. Because if you're going back far enough, and remember, Snake Eyes was not originally a ninja. He was a
Special Forces.
yeah, he was just special
He was
forces,
commando.
Black Ops.
He was
Yeah,
commando.
he was a
That's
commando.
right.
And
And
it
then he
wasn't
got a-
until Storm Shadow got popular, and then Ninja, because he was a ninja, that they decided to make Storm Shadow a ninja.
Which is what's wild. You think about it in the comics. Yeah, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow they duked it out. But in the cartoon, it was Storm Shadow and what's his name? Spirit.
Spirit. That's right.
Yeah.
Him and Spirit had a big thing.
Yeah.
I like Slice. He was from later on. I just like that costume. That's from the Dick series and then from the comics. But I was a big fan of Slice and who else? Oh, Roadblock. I still love Roadblock. Roadblock was cool to me, especially in the movie. He had a big part in the movie.
Of course, they had a second movie too, but it was like G.I. Joe and Cobra team up against like the drug dealers.
Cutter was the only Coast Guard member of the Joes.
That's funny. That's funny. He was the guy in the orange, right? And he drove.
Yeah, he was the dude. Well, he drove the whale. Like that was
Yeah,
his main
okay.
thing. He drove the whale, which
Yeah.
was the big fucking hovercraft.
Yeah.
Right?
always
Wasn't
wanted
that,
the whale.
wasn't that his vehicle? The
Yes,
whale,
that
I think, was
his
Cutter's
whale.
vehicle.
Yeah. Who else is a notable one? Shipwreck. I always like Shipwreck. That's my
I'm
son's
looking
favorite.
here. So I'm looking at the what's the word I'm looking for here? The hierarchy here. Like you got to go way the fuck down. I mean, Shipwreck's higher than fucking Sergeant Slaughter.
Really?
Hawk is number 1. Keel Haul is number 2. General Flag number 3. Colonel Courage. I don't remember that dude. Then
Can you-
Payload.
Can you share your link in the private chat just so I can see what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty cool list.
I'll put it in a private chat and I'll screen share this.
Yeah. I just want to get on this.
So here's what I'm looking at here. So
Okay.
So it's just
Holy
G.I.
cow.
Joe ranks, dude. It's fucking huge. But like, so Hawk, Keel Haul, General Flag, Colonel Courage, I don't remember, Payload, Sky Striker, Surefire, Ace. Ace was that fucking high up? Damn, Ace was pretty fucking high up. Bulletproof Ghost Rider, Major Storm, Captain Gridiron, Claymore, Countdown, Doc. Jesus Christ, Doc's higher than fucking Duke and Flint.
Well, because he's an officer.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of look at it like that. Like, yeah, he's a captain, but a sergeant major could have been in 25 years.
Yeah.
And like and then the Joes, I guess, you know, you kind of got to look at it in some weird way. You know.
Yeah, because I mean, I think this is going by military rank, not necessarily Joe rank.
Right, because I think in
this
the
has
Joes,
Falcon. This has Falcon because he's technically a first lieutenant, higher than Flint, who's a warrant officer,
and Duke is the master sergeant. But it
yeah,
wouldn't really be. I
but
think
in the Joes, Duke and Flint are both way higher than Falcon.
I think that, yeah, because remember there was enlisted guys giving Falcon, telling him what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember he was on guard duty when he was guarding the BET. So
this is by military rank.
I think when you enter the Joes had their own hierarchy, and you were on a team, and there was a team leader who may have been a corporal or a sergeant, but you're a lieutenant, but you're taking orders from him. I think that's kind of how it went.
What people don't like we mentioned multiple times, G.I. Joe is not a military. They're a paramilitary organization.
All right, let's see. Joey Force Leader Journal. I'm trying to find it.
I did see a recent video of somebody dressed up like Cobra Commander and met Sergeant Slaughter, and obviously had him prepared to do a TikTok or a short, and Sergeant Slaughter came up and put him in a chokehold. It was kind of cool. I'm thinking, man, if you were dressed up as Cobra Commander and you got Sergeant Slaughter to put you in a chokehold, that'd be pretty awesome.
All right, let's see what this says.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this just says Hawk, then Duke and Flint, then Sergeant Slaughter and Beachhead.
I never knew Beachhead. I told talking to you.
Beachhead was.
I never knew he was in charge.
One of the higher ups.
But doesn't Duke say something in one of the episodes where he says the rank, or he says this is the order? It goes Ba, me, you, and then Beachhead. I remember that's in an episode. Is it in the movie?
Let's see. Chain of command.
Oh gosh. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the live action movie?
Man, okay, so we've had 3 live action movies, if you want to count Snake Eyes as a live action movie. I whatever. The first 2, okay, the first one is awful. I don't mind the second one. What's that one? Retaliation, or what the fuck is the second one called? Rise of Cobra is awful. However, the only saving grace in that movie, and I don't just say this because he's my favorite character, but Storm Shadow was great in that fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the actor they got to play Storm Shadow, who also came back and played him again in the second movie with The Rock, was fantastic. He was a perfect Storm Shadow. And I forget that actor's name. So I don't like the first one. I think other than Storm Shadow, and possibly at that time, I can make the argument Channing Tatum was good as Duke. Everybody else was horribly miscast. Everybody else in that movie was horribly miscast. The second movie, they did a much better job. I still enjoy that movie. It is not the greatest movie in the world. It is not the G.I. Joe movie I would have put together, but I still enjoy that movie. I think The Rock worked great as Roadblock. I thought all the actors that they got for the different parts worked really well. What's his face? Ray Stevenson as Firefly, I thought was perfect. And then again, they brought back the same actor for Storm Shadow, and he's on his redemption arc at that point, where he's realizing that he was lied to about Snake Eyes and what happened, and Zartan was the one that killed his master, not Snake Eyes, and so he starts in on that redemption arc. Like he did in the comics and stuff, where he becomes, not a Joe per se, but he's definitely becoming a better guy, not a Cobra member anymore. I like that movie. I like that. A lot of people don't like that movie. I get it. I'm a hardcore G.I. Joe fan. I get why people have a problem with that movie, but I still find it very enjoyable. He's way, way, way better than the first one. First one, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. It's almost, I don't know. The first movie was just bad across the board. And the thing is there was a lot of good actors in that movie. They were just miscast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Brandon Fraser would have been cool to have in that movie as someone else, not Flint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there was what's his face? Dennis Quaid. I like him, not as General Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there was good people in that movie. I hated fucking what's his face's Ripcord. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Wayans, they try to put the Wayans in that one of the Wayans brothers, that one in particular. For a while there, they were putting him in every movie, no matter if he was not right for the role.
He was awful as Ripcord. Now, I will say, what's her face? I can't remember her name now. She's the chick from Continuum. She played Scarlet in that movie.
Yep.
She wasn't a bad choice for Scarlet.
Yep.
I'll add her to the list of the couple of
super hot too. So
yeah, I'll add her list to the couple of the characters that they did cast right. But the vast majority of them they didn't get. I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fucking Cobra Commander. Come on, that's an
I don't understand why they couldn't just tell the story of G.I. Joe instead of trying to make this weird ass of. I don't know what the fuck they were making. This wasn't anything related to G.I. Joe. Then putting the what's his name of this Destro Eccleston,
Christopher Eccleston, yeah, and I like Christopher Eccleston, not as Destro,
right?
Yeah.
So a lot of good actors in that, but they were just all horribly miscast.
Well, Eccleston in a mask would have been a better Cobra Commander.
Yeah, he would have been a much better Cobra Commander. But yeah, but the second movie, I do like that one. I still enjoy that movie. I still like putting it on and watching it. So I don't hate that movie, even though some Joe fans do. I personally would have made it a way better G.I. Joe movie, and I don't know shit about making movies, but I could have made it a way better movie. But I still find it enjoyable. So
they could have just adapted like the original miniseries and just made it a little more serious.
Yes, that's all I wanted.
Yeah,
but that would have made a much better movie.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a couple of super chats here. Heavy J says, not sure why RZA was a blind man in Retaliation. You know what? So, like, it was weird, but I kind of like RZA. And that didn't bother me. Like, it was a weird choice for, what is his name? It's like Blind Master or something like that. It's like literally his name. I can't remember his name, that character, but yeah, it was kind of stupid, but whatever. I like RZA, and
I've never watched that second movie. I watched the first one. I didn't like it,
dude. It's leaps and bounds better than the first one. You should watch it.
I think one of the things that really they didn't make me watch it because they killed off all the Joes.
Yeah, no, they did. They killed off. Not all of them. They killed off a bunch of them at the beginning. It was very similar to that Hub series, where at the very beginning there's an attack. Most of the Joes die off, and the ones that are left, they accuse them of the terrorist attack that killed off the other Joes. So they spend the rest of the movie on the run, trying to stop Cobra and prove their innocence. So I like it, man. It's got The Rock in it. It's got some good actors in it. Fucking Bruce Willis is in there as the original G.I. Joe. Yeah. Like he's the general, the retired general that they named the G.I. Joes after.
That's before he started on his cognitive decline.
Yes,
too.
Yeah. I like it. You should watch it. Watch it, and then we'll talk about it on the next chat and see what you thought.
I'll do that. I did start. I haven't finished it yet, but I started watching the new Axel Foley movie.
Shall we talk about that for a minute? Because I did watch it.
As long as we don't spoil the ending, because I haven't got there.
Don't spoil the ending. I won't spoil the ending. Am I the only one that's seen? Duke, have you watched it yet?
What Axel Foley was? I've not seen that. No.
The new Beverly Hills Cop movie just released on Netflix.
I stopped it to come down here to join the chat because I was watching it, and I got to the point where the dirty cop had put the drugs in Joseph Levy's and Axel Foley's car.
Yeah.
That's I will watch it later on, but I have not watched it yet.
Okay, so let me get the super chat real quick first, and then we're going to talk about that because Heavy J says, making mo things go boom by 9 a.m. than most people do all day. Firefly. Yes, I love Firefly. Firefly is a great character. There's arguably, I think, more Cobra characters that I like than there are Joe characters, but that's beside the point. Okay, we're going to talk about Axel Foley. So, it's Beverly Hills Cop 4, but the name of the movie is just Axel Foley. To set the stage, movie starts out in Detroit, as all his movies do, and then things happen, and he has to go to Beverly Hills to help the situation. He now has an adult daughter who's a lawyer in Beverly Hills who finds herself in some trouble, and I'm going to tell you what, this movie brings back everybody. Judge Reinhold's in it. I can't remember the actor's name who was his partner's in it. Fucking Bronson Pinchot's in it, playing Serge again. He's in it for about 10 minutes of the movie. I'm not going to spoil the movie other than to say it was fucking perfect. Like, me and my wife watched that movie. I got so much fucking enjoyment out of this. This is what, I've been talking about this year a lot because I've been so tired of movies coming out that have to insert some bullshit message in it or whatever. And this is why I have enjoyed movies like Fall Guy this year. You know what I mean? Movies that are just fucking fun, that are not preaching to you, but are just giving you a good fucking 2 hours of entertainment. And that is what this movie is. It is just fucking fun. And if you love the original, I know not everybody liked the third one. It's okay. But definitely the first two, Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Dude, this is right up your alley, dude. This is just a perfect continuation of those movies. It was a blast. It's got all the humor, all the action. It brings back all the characters. It's just fucking fun.
Well, that's
it's
great to hear.
Good to sit there and turn your brain off.
Well, what I've watched of it has been such a great movie. Like you just said, it is perfect. It is, so far, nothing I've seen in it is like shitting on the rest of them.
No, it's not. It embraces all the old movies. It embraces that 80s action culture. It embraces Eddie Murphy's character and all the other characters from those movies. It doesn't preach to you about anything. There's no woke bullshit in it. It's
hell. They even complain about the woke bullshit. It's like they're talking about like they don't like want cops to be like therapists now, like or counselors and.
Oh yeah.
Or when they was at the Red Wings game.
Yeah, the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's like, I can do better. Yeah. And he just starts laughing at him. He's fucking with him. Yeah.
I gotta say, the best movie I have seen this year.
Dude, wasn't it so good? It was so fucking good, dude.
Right, and I'll say this, but I won't spoil it. The helicopter scene.
Oh, the helicopter scene is fucking
hilarious.
Great. The helicopter scene is fucking great.
Hilarious.
Dude, it's just
right. I didn't spoil it, collective.
I haven't seen anything about a helicopter. I went,
right. Well, it's in the trailer. Part of it's in the trailer, so
I didn't watch much of the trailer.
But yeah, dude, it's just fun through and through. I can't say enough good things about it. It's I am telling you right now, we do this at the end of every year. We're going to do a top 10 movies of 2024 come next Christmas. It's going to be in my top 10. I can tell you that right now. I don't know where it's going to be on my top 10, but I guarantee goddamn to you, this movie's going to be in my top 10.
And you know what? I already started to make a list already.
I need to start making mine. I usually start making mine about halfway through the year. I start keeping track of movies because sure as shit, I'll forget something by the end of the year.
Right. I have 10 on my list that I watched movies this year so far.
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of shitty movies this year, but that one was fucking great. I had a fucking blast watching this movie.
Yeah, and I'll say this is at my number one so far. I don't know what's going to top it.
Yeah,
but this is.
I don't know, man. Well, I'm trying to think. What are the three movies I've talked about this year? So far, my three favorite movies. So far, my three favorites are going to be Fall Guy, Axel Foley, and what was the one I was just talking about here? I see. This is what I'm telling you. I forget fucking movies. What movie?
Did you like Frozen Empire?
I did like Frozen Empire. I don't know if it'll end up on my top 10. Depends on how many other good movies come out this year. But so far, yeah, I would say that was a great one. What's one? There's one that just came out here a few weeks ago. What's the last movie I went to go see that we talked about on the show? Fuck, I don't remember. Now there was another one that came out that I was like, it gave me
big budget or
the what?
Was it big budget one or was it kind of indie?
No, it was a big budget movie. It was the last. I think it was the last one that I saw at the movies. Let me see. Hold on. Now I got to look because I know it was something that just came out here.
You know what? That Deadpool might. I don't know.
July,
it might be top 5.
No, I don't want to see the new movies. Archive. Okay, archive. Yeah, it was something. What just came out last month, right? What came out last month? I'm fucking blanking here, man.
Bad Boys?
Bad Boys. There you go. Yeah, that's what it was. Bad Boys. Yeah, my 3 favorite movies so far this year are Bad Boys, Axel Foley, and Fall Guy. Because they were just.
I haven't seen the new Bad Boys yet. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, no, it's great, dude. We went to the movies to see it. It's fucking great.
I put in the chat a list of all the movies coming out this year.
Yeah, that's what I want. I just want fun movies, man. I don't want to get preached to about some bullshit. I just want to go and fucking spend 2 hours getting some enjoyment, you know? And that happens so rarely now. And the fact that I feel like I've gotten 3 movies this year that have done that is fucking fantastic. So, let me get these super chats here. Heavy J says, "Shut your mouth, Brenda." He also says, "I'm not falling for a banana in my tailpipe."
I'm not falling for a banana in the tailpipe.
I see you.
Now the cops in LA are driving them electric cars. How are you going to do that now?
Exactly.
Hey,
well, you've gotten to the point. You've gotten to the point to where he gets arrested at the beginning in that little car by those 2 cops.
Yeah.
The one chick is Eddie Murphy's real daughter.
Oh, is it?
One of those 2 cops. That's his real daughter.
Oh, okay.
She made a cameo in the movie. So,
you know what? I was going into it thinking it was going to be like Coming to America 2, but it was nowhere near that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be toned down. It was toned down a little bit compared to the 80s ones, but not that much.
It was so good. I had so much fun. But highly recommend.
Way better than 3. Way better than 3.
Oh, way better than 3, yeah.
Way better than 3.
And I love it when Serge shows up because that dude was always fucking funny.
Oh yeah.
And
3 was like a PG-13 like family movie thing.
Yeah.
They turned like Beverly Hills Cop into a PG-13 like bring your whole family type ordeals. Like,
well, and they even make a joke about it. They even make a joke about it at the beginning of the movie when he's going through. Oh, actually, you were here in '84, in '87, and then again in '94. He's like, nah.
That's not your best outing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great, man. But yeah, definitely finished the movie. For anybody out there that hadn't watched it yet, fucking.
And it had some of the old soundtracks in it.
Oh, dude, the soundtrack was fucking awesome.
No,
great. Took me back to fucking being a kid in the 80s.
Right. Except the one where he went back to California. I didn't like that one. It didn't fit that much.
Which one was that? Was that
when he went back to California for the first time, and they did the opening scene of him in California?
I don't remember. I have to remember which song it is. I know they did a couple of like modern versions of some older 80s songs in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody should check this movie out. It's great. I love it.
Well, I don't know what's happened to Rosewood yet, so don't tell me. But I do miss the fact. Like, seemed like the last time I remember Rosewood, he had this huge arsenal of weapons.
Yeah,
it's like,
you'll see.
Right.
But yeah, good movie. 2 thumbs up. Everybody go check it out. The other big movie that I watched this last week. We actually went to go see it in Austin the day that we went. I went and bought a bunch of toy shops. Me and my wife went and saw the new Quiet Place day 1. This movie is getting a lot of shit because I guess everybody was expecting it to be an origin story and you were supposed to discover more about the aliens and all this stuff. Just keep your expectations out of that completely because no, there's no origins in this movie. It's just a story of what happens when shit goes down on the first day in New York City. Now, I was not expecting an origin story. I loved the movie. But after I went and saw the movie, I was looking at a bunch of reviews of it, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this movie sucked. We didn't find out anything about the aliens and where they come from and all this shit." I'm like, that's never been the point of these movies, is to find out the origins of these aliens or really to know anything about them. It's always been about the human characters and how they're dealing with the shit, which this movie does.
And most of the time, too, when you give something an origin, it can ruin things.
Yeah. This movie is like it's got a bunch of good actors in it. The two main actors in the movie are Lupita Nyong'o, who holds the whole movie together. She's the main character, and she does a great fucking job. And then I would say the second main character is, and I forget this actor's name, but Eddie from Stranger Things.
Oh.
Who's going to be the new Johnny Storm in the new Fantastic Four movie? I can't remember his name. He's kind of the second main character, even though he doesn't show up until the second act of the movie. He's not in the first act of the movie. They kind of meet each other when in the middle of shit. I thought it was great, like really, really well done. Fucking, it's a character piece, mostly about her character, and essentially, she's dying of cancer, and the place that this is all in the first 5 minutes of the movie. The place that she's staying at, which is like an assisted living home somewhere in upstate New York, they go on a day trip to New York City, and it's the day that all this shit happens. And so she's stuck in New York with like none of her meds. She's dying of cancer. She doesn't have long to live. And shit's going down. And it's just a really, like, it's very much like the first two movies. Like, the first two movies were not these big overblown stories about what's going on in the world. It was about a small set of characters and how those characters are dealing with this fucked up, insane, crazy scenario. Like, the first two movies were family movies. They were about this family. And this movie is mostly about her and how she's dealing with it. I liked it a lot. My wife loved the movie. I thought it was great. But I guess some people were just fucking disappointed because they wanted to see exact, like, the only thing you really see, I mean, like, you see them, which you kind of saw, I guess, a little bit in the last movie. When, remember at the very beginning of the last movie, they did that flashback to when that family on that first day when shit started going down. This just shows a little bit more. It shows them fucking falling out of the sky like fucking meteors. And crash landing in New York City and shit like that. But honestly, you're not going to really know anything more about these creatures in this movie than you did in any of the other movies. And I was perfectly okay with that because the movie itself was a really good character-driven, movie. Like, it was just really well done. Lupita Nyong'o did a fantastic job in this movie. Like, she did great. But that's all I'll say. I'm not going to give any details away on the movie or what happens or any of that shit. But I would say if you liked the first two movies, you're going to love this one. Like, it's the same shit. If you're expecting some fucking, space opera fucking sci-fi origin story, you're not going to get it. Don't go see this movie because you won't like it because that's not what this movie's about. But if you like the first two movies, this fits in perfectly with them. And I thought they did a great job. So, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, that's what I saw with that movie. What else is out there in the world? Oh, does anybody else? I may be the only one. I don't know. Anybody else watch that show, The Bear?
I never heard of it.
It's just a show about. I'm trying to think. It sounds ridiculous, but it's so goddamn good. It's just a show about people running a restaurant. It's not like a reality show or anything like that. It's anyway, it's on FX, but I think it streams on Hulu. Obviously, that's not where I watch it because I don't pay for Hulu. But anyway, the third season just dropped. I know I've talked about it before last year when the last season was out. It's really fucking good. If anybody out there watches The Bear, the new season's out, and it's. I've watched the first 9 episodes. I haven't watched episode 10 yet. So I haven't watched the season finale yet. Well, that's what we were doing all day today. They're real quick. They'll drop like 10 episodes all at once. They're like less than 30-minute episodes. So you can get through a whole season really quickly.
Oh yes, I heard of this. They won't stop talking about this in Chicago.
Yeah, well, because it takes place in Chicago.
Yeah.
It takes place in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a really damn good show. Like, it's really good. And I never thought I would give a shit about a show about people running a fucking restaurant. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just fucking didn't. Like, eh. But it's got really good characters and really good storylines and stuff in it. So that came out. Just letting everybody know, if you, or even if you haven't seen it and you just want like a good show to watch that you can watch really fucking quickly. Because again, we're talking, there's 3 seasons, 10 episodes each. Each episode is like 28 minutes long. So it takes like 5 hours to get through a season. So really quick, easy watch, and it's really good. New episode of The Boys. We'll talk about that real quick here. New episode of The Boys this week came out. This season's been okay. It hasn't blown my skirt up. You know what I mean? It ain't got my dick hard, really, per se. Like, maybe a half chubby. It's okay. So far, it is the least good season. But I'm still enjoying it. I will say this.
Not me.
Episode,
I'm not enjoying it.
I made 2 predictions a couple weeks ago on The Boys. This week confirmed one of those 2 predictions. 2 weeks ago, I said I think that what's going on with Butcher is that V he took turned his fucking tumor into a venom-like symbiote, and that dude he's been talking to is not fucking real. Negan, that guy that's been in the episode that only he talks to and nobody else acknowledges, that he's not real. He's all in Butcher's head. Well, this week it was confirmed that dude is just in Butcher's head. Now, it has not been confirmed if he's got a tumor venom symbiote in him yet. I don't know. I'm still waiting. I think that's what's going on with Butcher. That's why Butcher like blacks out and then other people die around him. I think when he took that fucking V, it turned his brain tumor into a fucking venom symbiote, or the equivalent of a venom symbiote. That's my prediction. I don't know. We'll see. They haven't revealed that yet, but I guess that was the biggest reveal of this episode.
Something like that. Because wasn't there one that was in like one of those animals, like the bunny?
Jeffrey Dean
Popped out,
Morgan.
right? Then he squashed it.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. There you go. Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's not real. He's just in his head. Totally is just, which was pretty obvious because he's the only one that ever talks to him. And even when that character was there with Butcher, when other people are around, no one else acknowledged him. No one else acknowledged there was a dude standing right next to fucking Butcher that none of these people have ever met before. And not once in several episodes has anybody been like, who the fuck are you? And why are you here? You know what I mean? The dude would just always be kind of standing there next to Butcher and nobody would acknowledge him. And I was like, he's clearly not fucking there. Like,
I haven't watched any of this season.
It's fine. I think the biggest,
it burned me out on the whole thing is like they're treating people like morons, and people are the morons are believing it, and it's like the whole clickbait shit. It's like, oh, the conservatives think Homelander's a good guy.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
it's clickbait, and the people fucking fall for it and keep posting about that shit, talking about how stupid people are, like thinking Homelander's was ever a good guy.
Yeah, nobody ever thought Homelander was a fucking good guy. It's bullshit.
They don't understand what fucking trolls are on the internet.
Yeah,
the trolls are like doing these memes like Homelander's a good guy. It's trolling, you stupid fucks.
Yeah. The thing is, they went really heavy into the politics. The thing is that the politics they've delved into are not like conservative Republican politics.
Right.
What they delved into is QAnon bullshit.
Yeah, they think what they think their ideals of bad Republican or conservative type people don't exist.
Yeah, those people are not fucking conservative Republicans. Those are QAnon conspiracy theorists.
But that's what they think all Republicans are.
But they think so. The way they're portraying it is that all people on the right are QAnon conspiracy theorists.
Yes,
that doesn't offend me because I fucking think QAnon's just as much bullshit as anybody else fucking does.
Yeah.
So it doesn't offend me, but it is in there, and they're trying to make it seem like, oh, that's all one political party. Like, no, it's not. That's not it. Those QAnon fucktards are not even a part of the right politically in this country. They're a bunch of fucking nut jobs, is what they are. But it is in there. So like
they're a different flavor anarchist.
Yes.
You got anarchists on that's left. You got anarchists that's right.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of conspiracy theorists on both fucking sides, and I mean like nut job conspiracy theorists.
But on the show, they only focus more.
Yes, it's only focusing on the ones on the right. Yeah,
they only do a little bit on the left.
Well, they've always done that, but it's more the clickbaity bullshit that people just want these fucking retards believe every clickbait article, and they keep posting about it. Well,
and they're like the one I've been seeing is like, oh, it took conservatives 4 seasons to realize they were making fun of them. No, it didn't. It was obvious in the first fucking episode of season 1. Like nobody. Yes, we're all aware of the politics of the fucking dude who wrote the show. Like we all know this. Nobody was surprised, but they're making fucking memes out there like, oh, conservatives are so fucking stupid that they don't know this show's always made fun of them.
And they're even doing the blame that fucking chick destroying her face with plastic surgery on like, people bullying her. Like, yeah, the people in Hollywood that work for executives, I'm sure told her she needs to get this shit done. If she's going to be successful in Hollywood. And they're the ones that were telling her she's fat, she's this and that. It's known in Hollywood they bully female actresses.
Yeah, and for Mother's Milk too, because he looked totally different.
Oh, dude, he lost so much fucking weight. I had to look it up. Like, I thought he was dying or something. Like, I was like, what the fuck happened to him? And then I looked it up, and he apparently got on some new fucking DNA diet where they, like, test your DNA and your fucking, to figure out, like, what part of the world you come from to determine what kind of foods you should be eating. So he went on some fucking radical diet and lost a whole bunch of weight, which is fine, except for the fact he lost a whole bunch of fucking muscle, too. He was a big dude.
Yeah.
And he fucking he looks sick. He looks sick. He looked big and fucking healthy and buff before, and now he just fucking looks like, you know, whatever. But
humans are omnivores. We eat what the fuck we want. There's DNA diet.
But yeah, apparently that's what he did, and he got all fucking skinny. But anyway, look, I'm still enjoying the show. It is, like I said, so far it's the least good season. And,
when people tell like, oh, if you don't like what we're doing, fuck you, don't watch it. Nah, I say okay.
Yeah,
I accept those terms when they tell people to fuck you, don't watch the show.
But I say that all the Homelander scenes have been flawless so far. All this season,
even though look, we all acknowledge Homelander is a bad guy, but goddamn, is he a good character on that show? Like, is he holds that fucking show together, but more than anybody else. He is the reason why
you want to have you need good villains.
Yes, and he's a great fucking villain. That actor who I'd only ever seen before in what was that show he did on Cinemax? Banshee. I'd only ever seen him in that before. Apparently he's from New Zealand, but
both Carl Urban and him were on Xena.
Yeah. Well, Carl Urban was also in Hercules. So he was Hercules and Xena. But
he was
the way he plays that fucking role, dude, he is holding that fucking show together. He is holding that show together. He is the most interesting person to watch on that show. His character, Homelander, is the most interesting character on the show. Even though he's a fucking bad guy, he's the most interesting.
With Carl Urban, he don't need the boys. He's got people would jump at get him on their show. So,
oh yeah.
Even though he is supposed to be the main protagonist, the hero, even though everybody's a fucking villain in the show.
Well, he's not anymore though. He's secondary to fucking what's his face?
Huey,
yeah. Huey's the main character. By the way, what they did to Huey this episode was fucking awful and fucking hilarious at the same time. I was laughing my ass off. My wife was like, oh, she was like squirming and shit. But I was laughing my fucking ass off. It was fucking hilarious. Well, he goes to try and get information from Tech Knight, who's kind of like the Batman of this world. And so he goes to a party at Tech Knight's house, pretending to be, what was his name? Web Slinger or something.
Yeah.
It's whatever the boys' analog for Spider-Man is, except this dude shoots webs out of his asshole. And
he's an anatomically correct Spider-Man.
Well,
exactly.
It's right above his asshole.
Well, right above his asshole. Yeah, he's got a separate hole right above his asshole. But so he gets the costume, and Huey goes in there dressed like that guy, so nobody can see him. Claiming that he wants to be Tech Knight's new sidekick. And so Tech Knight's like, you want to see the Tech Cave? And he takes him down to the Tech Cave. And it's just this S&M dungeon. And like, Huey gets fucked up, dude. He straps him down, and Huey gets fucked up. And like, there's some fucked up shit. And then what's her face? Who's the redhead that works at Vought?
Yeah,
I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name. Yeah.
She comes in at one point all dressed in like black satin leather bullshit, and you figure out her and Tech Knight are all kinky together, and they strap Huey down, and she's talking some shit. She's like, "I'm gonna shove my fist so far up your ass till I hit a turd," and like, dude, it's fucked up. They fucked you up, but I was laughing the whole goddamn time. Dude, it was funny. It was fucking funny as shit.
He was wishing he had his V power where he could teleport out there.
Right. No shit. I bet he. Oh, but and then afterwards he's like, "I'm not okay. I'm not okay."
Right. Crying and shit. Like, oh, man, I'm like, man up, pussy.
Well, Lady Firecracker milking Homelander was weird.
Yeah, so Firecracker fucking. You remember in the first season he was fucking nursing on what's her face.
Yeah.
Anyway, but she's dead now. So Firecracker, to prove her loyalty to him, fucking like starts milking him and saying she's been taking chemicals to make sure she can lactate just for him to prove how loyal she is to him.
And it only enlarges her heart just a little bit. So I'm guessing that's probably gonna be a thing in it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's fucked up, but look, it's the boys. I mean, it's always been fucked up. It's a fucked up show. Like that's the whole point of the show.
What was it, season 2 or 3 that started out with a dude shrinking down and going in somebody's penis?
Yeah. In another dude's dick, and then he fucking sneezed and grew again and blew the dude's dick up. Yeah. So, but look, the show is what it is. It's giving more shit to people on the right this season, and I get why some people don't want to watch that because it's in everything nowadays. I still get some enjoyment out of the show, but it is very obvious this season, while it's had its good points, is at this point the least good season, and I get why people wouldn't want to watch it. I'm still watching it, so whatever. I don't know what that says about me. I like fucked up shit. What can I say? I like fucked up shit. It's just,
me too. Even though it gets hard to get through at some points,
yeah, it does.
To the face with the politics, but
it does.
I'm still trying to watch it. I'm still forcing myself to. Because there's so many good scenes in it still. So.
It's everywhere, so I just get fucking tired of it. That's why I like watching XLF. There's no.
Well, that's what makes stuff like that even better than it would be normally. Is it's such a change of pace. It's refreshing.
It's just a burst of fresh air. Just feels so good. Just watch a movie to be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
No fucking The Message.
Yep. Speaking of The Message, I did watch
another one. So.
I did watch the new episode of The Acolyte.
Why do you hate yourself?
I must, right? It's awful. It's just fucking awful. I've watched every episode, mostly just because I want to understand. I want to see what they're going to do. I'm just curious how bad they're going to fuck it up. That's what it is. I want to see how bad they're going to fuck up Star Wars. So I keep watching it. And look, I don't pay for Disney Plus, so it doesn't cost me anything to watch this piece of shit. You know what I mean? And they're only like 25-minute episodes, so it doesn't suck a lot of my time. But it's just fucking awful. Have
you seen the $180 million they spent yet?
I know. They spent more money per episode than it took to make the entire fucking Godzilla -0 movie. Was it -0 or -1?
-1.
-1. Each episode of the like cost $4 million fucking movie cost. But
-1 cost $10 million.
Yeah. It's fucking awful. That's really all I have to say about it. I've been watching it. Every episode's fucking awful. There's no reason to watch this show. I'm going to keep watching it just because I am
a masochist.
Yeah, I'm a masochist basically. But I'm curious. I want to see how bad they're going to fuck it up. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't cost me anything. I don't pay for Disney Plus, so I'm not giving them any fucking money for this shit. But it's awful. That's all I have to say about it. It's fucking awful.
And they're the Shield media is so like pushing out like, oh, this is the Acolyte is the second most popular series, Star Wars series ever.
Yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not. But
I love the fact that they won't ever admit bad reviews are real. It's just review bombing.
Oh yeah, it's just fucking review bombing every fucking time.
We didn't write garbage. It's just review bombing.
We get the super chat here. Heavy J says, "Hey, Northerner, thoughts on Seagal's movies? Steven Seagal? I liked his movies well enough back in the 80s and 90s. The shit he's done in the last 20 years is fucking awful.
Right.
His early movies were decent. Like
they were decent for what they were, which was 80s action movies.
Yeah.
He was never my favorite 80s action star, or even close.
You know what? Nah, he was in my top 5.
He was never in my top 5.
For me.
I do like some of his movies. I like some of the stuff that he had done back in the late 80s and early 90s. I've watched those movies. I enjoyed them. I could still watch them and enjoy them. But he was never my favorite 80s action star. And by the end of the 90s, pretty much everything he was doing was dog shit.
He started like going basically nuts.
Yeah.
He would like changing the script on the fly and wouldn't say the right words. Like Glimmerman. He kills the fucking bad guy in one scene and he talks about he lived. He didn't kill him. They had like rewrite like parts of the movie because he wouldn't change what he said.
Yeah. The best movie I've ever seen.
His character shouldn't kill anybody anymore.
The best movie I've ever seen Steven Seagal in is Executive Decision, in which he dies in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Flies right out of the plane.
What about his did you see that he got a medal from Putin last month?
Oh God, that doesn't surprise me, but no.
He gets a medal from Putin and he gives this speech. You should look it up. It's definitely worth watching. He gives this speech about how like the whole world needs to come together. Now I tend to lean towards that side, but of at least not treating the Russians as if they're the worst thing in the whole world. But I thought it was quite comical, like the way he acted. Like I think he believed he was some like world. People that have delusions of grandeur are a real crazy bunch, because I think he believes he is under the impression that he is like a gift to all of us, and he believes that he is that character. Like from Under Siege, he believes that happened in real life. I guarantee he's like, hey, that's my life. That's my life story. And have you seen his new movies? They'll have like,
oh God,
he's a big dude, and they'll have like a little
one
guy.
Movie he just sitting on the chair the entire time.
Yeah, like
the current Steven Seagal looks like something that ate the original Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Dude, my opinion on Steven Seagal is he used to have some decent movies that I enjoyed.
Yeah,
he hasn't had anything.
Will Sasso's impersonations becoming more real.
Oh yeah. But my opinion is that him as a person, anybody who would abuse Kelly LeBrock is a piece of shit.
He always ran like a girl. You can't deny that.
No, you cannot deny
He's
that.
always ran like he doesn't run anymore, I guess. So he didn't always run.
It's very obvious he doesn't run.
But when he used to run, he ran like a girl. That's how you should say it.
Yeah, his arms just to flip flop in the air, right?
Whatever happened to Jean-Claude Van Damme? Is he still kicking?
He's still doing stuff, yeah. He started to make kind of a niche movie resurgence in the last few years.
But he looks really old now.
Yeah.
But he's still in shape, though.
Yeah, he's still in shape.
He's still in shape.
It's like Antonio Banderas. Like he's still around, but he's doing lower budget movies. But he's kind of like got like a more like a B movie resurgence.
Yeah. Although the one that's gotten the most resurgence here lately is fucking Nick Cage. And he's doing some good shit. Like the last several Nick Cage movies I've seen, I've really enjoyed.
You're just saying that because you have a boner for Nick Cage.
Oh, I love Nick Cage, but he went through about a 20-year period where he was making dog shit. Like absolute fucking dog shit.
What's
like
Nick
everything
Cage's
after
best movie?
Ghost Rider was awful.
What's his best movie?
The bees.
Raising Arizona?
Well, still Face Off for me. Face Off's one of my favorite fucking movies.
Oh yeah.
But yes, Raising Arizona is awesome. I love that movie. I love fucking Con Air.
Rock is my favorite of his movies.
Rock's fucking awesome. What was that movie he did in the early 90s? Him and Sean Young did a movie where he was what was it called? Firebirds, or I can't remember what the fuck it's called. He did a movie where he was a military helicopter pilot.
I think I remember that.
Oh, cool. That was a good movie. I can't remember the name of it though. And he had the whole thing was had to overcome a depth perception problem because he was flying the what's the name of those badass fucking choppers? Why am I blanking on the name of them?
Blackhawk?
No, not the Blackhawks.
No,
Apache?
The Cobra?
Yeah, Apaches.
Apache or Cobra. Okay.
And in those Apaches, you have to have the HUD over your right eye at all times to fly those fucking things and shoot. And like I think part of the drama of it was he had like a fucking depth perception problem when he was trying to look at two different things at the same time. And I can't remember. I just remember it was a good movie. It was called Fire or something.
And holy I got to see one of those Apaches in person where I work at. My original office was across from the airport. And one of those came in, and I had no idea how big those bastards are.
Oh, they're fucking
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He dropped in a super chat. Says
It's
Terminal List is
Firebirds.
slow. 3 days I finished the book. Terminal List, the show. I love the show Terminal List. I didn't think it was slow at all.
It was Firebirds. It came out in 1990.
Firebirds. There you go. See, I knew it was fire something. And he also says,
Firecrotch.
it's like looking in a mirror, only not. Fucking love that goddamn movie.
See anything you like?
No, I'm sorry. I can quote like the entire movie of Face Off. Anyway.
Oh, you know what's really bad? Speaking of Face Off, is John Travolta acting like he's John Gotti in a poorly made movie where no one read any specific facts about John Gotti. They just acted like goofy mobsters. And it is I couldn't stop watching it, and I will watch anything mob related, but that was a travesty.
I heard he did a John Gotti movie, but I didn't even know like
it's so bad.
What it's called. I don't know when it
Gotti.
came out.
It's called Gotti, and he plays quite a farce.
Oh, we got a bracket tonight, do we?
We have a bracket tonight.
Sorry I was late. I didn't even realize you guys were already going for an hour. Jesus.
Sure.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
Best movie trilogies. Now, obviously, I can't put every fucking movie trilogy on here, but I picked some.
This is
of my
good. This is good.
But
this is going to be hard.
Isn't Indiana Jones more than a trilogy at this point?
At this point, yes, but we're only going to count the original 3 because the other ones didn't come out till 20 years later. So
and they were shit anyway. So
what's BTTF?
Back to the Future.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
all right, I think I've seen all of these.
I hope so. These are all very, very famous trilogies.
I don't think there's a single one on here. Well, actually, I've never seen Bourne. I've never seen all the Bournes.
You never seen all the Bourne movies?
I haven't seen none of the Bournes. So
I love the Bourne trilogy.
I watched the first one. That was it.
And like
I
the
like
Evil
those
Dead
movies.
ones, I haven't seen except for the second.
Although my favorite Bourne movie is still the one that didn't even have fucking Matt Damon in it. It's the one that had Jeremy Renner in it.
But the Jeremy Renner is just a much better actor.
Yeah, he totally is.
The best part
I like the Bourne trilogy. I think it's
the
a
best part about the original Bourne movie is all the fucking memes of people just being clumsy as hell. Oh my god, that's just Jason Bourne.
Yeah. It'll show some dude. Yeah, go ahead.
No. We got the trilogy here. I think we can make it through this one quickly. So Star Wars, obviously, we got. So I'll just read them off here for everybody because I know not everybody can read. It's kind of small on the screen. We got original trilogy, prequel trilogy. We're not even going to worry about the sequel trilogy because that's dog shit. Evil Dead trilogy, Blade trilogy, Indiana Jones, Mad Max, Lord of the Rings, Terminator 1, 2, and 3, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, the original Raimi Spider-Man. Back to the Future, Bourne, Iron Man trilogy, Dark Knight trilogy, Aliens 1, 2, and 3, Matrix, and Captain America. So
This is going to be tough because all these are awesome.
yeah, that's why they're on the list. All right, so we're going to start off with Star Wars original trilogy versus prequel trilogy. There's only what, 5 of us in here, so this won't take too long.
Oh, okay, so we're not judging on the third movie itself, but the whole thing.
The whole thing as a trilogy, like as a trilogy of movies that you can sit down. If you were to watch all 3 of these, like which one would you get more enjoyment out of?
Okay,
That's what we're going off of as a trilogy as a whole. All right, so we'll start with Honda. Original versus prequels, Star Wars.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I think if I was to just sit down and watch a trilogy of Star Wars movies, I would probably watch the prequel at this point over the original because I've seen the original so many times, but I've only seen the prequels, maybe a handful, 10 times, something like that. So it's more new to me and enjoyable. So I will say the prequels.
All right. Leo?
Originals, hands down.
Jared?
OG.
All right. Duke?
Originals, but I will agree with Honda.
Honda's got really good points, but
so I mean, it's already 3 towards Star Wars, which means the original trilogy already won. But I would agree with Honda. If I had to sit down and watch one of these 2 trilogies right now, I would watch the prequels.
And as a trilogy, they flow better.
They do
is
flow
it
better.
special edition original or the original?
What? What?
No,
Is it special
The
edition?
prequel is the original.
Honda
special
brought
edition.
up such a good point that I almost changed it. Because if you look at it as a trilogy,
Yes.
it does work better as a trilogy.
It is a better put together trilogy of movies than the original ones are. Even though arguably the original movies are better movie to movie, as a trilogy, I think the prequels are a better trilogy of movies.
Also, too, the thing you got to put into with the prequels too, they make more sense if you watched all the animated movies, the Clone Wars series. It makes more sense because a lot of shit happens between the second one and the third one, and it's not really clear why Anakin goes ape shit and kills everybody.
Yeah. All right, now we got Evil Dead versus Blade.
This is going to be tough.
It's not. I mean, it's not tough for me, but
yeah,
I think everybody knows which way I'm going to lean on this. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Evil Dead for me. I don't have a Blade tattoo, but I do have a fucking Evil Dead tattoo. So
Evil Dead for me.
Okay, so that's already 2 for Evil Dead. Honda, what about you?
I'm going to push it over the top and say if I was to watch either one of these, Evil Dead is more enjoyable.
Okay. Jared?
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah. Leo?
Blade for me.
All right.
Always bet on black.
There you go. All right, now we got Indiana Jones versus Mad Max. I'm going to give this to Duke first because I know he's the one that's going to have the hardest time. I'm making him choose first.
Okay, as a trilogy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is bad. No, Indiana Jones. As a trilogy, Mad Max is good. I love them, but they don't flow as a trilogy. They are loosely found together as a trilogy. Indiana Jones.
All right, Jared.
We named the dog Indiana.
There you go. Honda?
Sorry, I was eating. Well, Mad Max is good. I'm going Indiana Jones.
All right.
Yeah.
Leo?
Mad Max.
Oh, and I would go Indiana Jones. Leo's dissenting again. But Indiana Jones won. I'm sorry, Leo. You haven't gotten a winner yet.
I never liked Indiana Jones.
What the fuck?
I never liked it.
Jesus.
I did get a winner with the Star Wars original, though.
All right. Lord of the Rings versus Terminator. Now, look, we can all agree the third Terminator movie ain't great. We've had this discussion many fucking times. But the first 2 Terminator movies are some of the best fucking movies that have ever been made. However, Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest trilogies ever made.
Yep. And it's made to be a trilogy.
Yes. So again, because I just want to see Duke squirm, I'm going to make him go first.
Oh, this is easy. Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Lord of the
fuck
Rings beats it by, 15 miles. Terminator's great, and I love it, and it's amazing. But Lord of the Rings is by far going to win this. So
Okay.
if it was up to me, I would say this is done right now.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings. That's the
All
best
right.
trilogy ever made.
All right. Honda.
I'm gonna go with The Hobbit. Oh wait,
Oh my gosh. This
you know,
guy.
I mean, if it was
Although
Terminator 2 Judgment Day versus of the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, I think probably Two Towers is my favorite.
Yeah.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day is way better. I'm sorry. I don't know about way better, but it's better.
I
As a
like
trilogy-
Terminator 2 better than any one of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
But as a trilogy,
Yeah.
Right.
Terminator, fuck it.
Oh,
You're going Terminator. All right. By the way, I do have to give Honda complete credit for making me appreciate the Hobbit movies. Because I severely undervalued those movies until you talked me into rewatching them all. And
They're great.
I still say 2 should not exist. You could have taken all the good parts from 2 and put them in the other 2 movies and just had a 2-movie thing. Because there's a lot of 2 is the one where a lot of shit was just thrown in to make it a trilogy. A lot of stuff
happened in 2. They escaped from the elves. They got away from the lakemen.
Yeah.
They, got into the fucking the mountain. Like there's a lot of things that happen.
Yeah. But
they did throw some Balg stuff in there that just to stretch it out. So,
yeah, it's
you're
a really good trilogy. I did not appreciate the trilogy until you made me rewatch it. All right, Leo.
Lord of the Rings.
All right.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you.
Yes.
Jared.
Honda's got a point. Like with Terminator, the Terminator 2 is probably like one of the best movies ever made. But this is a trilogy. Lord of the Rings. When I watched the first one, I couldn't wait to watch the second one. Lord of the Rings.
Thank you. A fine gentleman.
I got to go Lord of the Rings too. So,
scholar.
I just wanted to make Duke sweat.
I like the first Terminator better than the second one.
All right, now we got Captain America versus Matrix. And let me just say, I know the Matrix gets a lot of shit for those second 2 movies. However, I have rewatched these movies multiple times. They're not as bad as when I first saw them at the theater. In fact, I rather like them. They will never be as good as the original Matrix, which is one of the greatest fucking sci-fi movies of all fucking time.
The fourth one make the second and the third one look like masterpiece.
Okay, real quick. Did we get a 6-month break in between Matrix 2 and 3? Remember they were doing that thing?
Yeah, they came out I want to say they came out in less than a year from each other. Yeah,
they were shot together.
Okay, it was like fall and then summer, right? Something like that. Okay.
All right. We'll let Jared go first.
I'm gonna go Captain America. Some of the best movies ever.
Honda.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Again, the Matrix original movie, I would put in possibly the best movie of all time, of any kind, not like thriller, like whatever, fucking. But as a trilogy, they fucking dropped the ball. Captain America.
All right, Leo.
Cap.
Duke.
Cap.
I'm going Cap too. That's our first clean sweep.
That's an example of a really good movie.
My
that
opinion
struggled.
I'll just blow my load right here. I think Captain America is the best trilogy on this list. I think as a trilogy of movies, Captain America on this list is what Lord of the Rings is for you, Duke. I think it is a set of 3 perfect fucking movies that work beautifully with each other. I think they're the 3 most cohesive movies in all the MCU shit we've gotten.
Yeah.
They're some of the best MCU movies ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's like golden era for me of MCU where there was a time where I was watching every MCU in theaters. And that's that time which has since passed, sadly.
Yeah.
But that was golden era for me.
Yeah. All right, Aliens trilogy versus Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh
shit!
We're gonna let Leo go first on this one.
Yeah.
You all right?
No, I'm
Is
not.
Leo crying right now?
I think he is.
Yeah.
He's deeply disturbed by having to make this choice.
Oh. As a trilogy.
He can't even talk. He's
dying. Are you okay?
As a trilogy. I'm gonna have to go.
Wow. Tell me something else is going on.
You can't do it. I don't know.
Leo, you need to take your blood pressure medicine. Are you okay?
Okay. As a trilogy.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go.
As a trilogy, you're gonna.
I'm gonna have to go Dark Knight.
Oh my god!
All right, we got an answer. It took a few minutes, but we got an answer.
That's the most painful answer ever.
Oh my god! I'm literally wiping tears right now off my face.
Sounds like it.
All right, Duke, you're next.
This is easy. Dark Knight. Aliens 1 is okay at parts. I still enjoy it. It's a good scary movie. 2 is cinema greatness. 3 is only good but bad in like a weird way and could have been great.
And only if you
wasn't.
watch the director's cut, honestly.
Yeah. And so like because of that, those are not great movies. 2 is awesome. 1's like fun at parts, but it gets old fast. Dark Knight all the way, easy. I
kind of disagree with you. Like the first one was a horror movie, perfect as a horror movie.
Okay.
Second one was perfect as a sci-fi and horror movie.
Yeah.
Third one, meh. And that's what
why.
made me,
That's why it drops.
Dark Knight.
That's why
I
it's easy.
recently heard something about the third one. I kind of get a little appreciation about the third one. Not that the movie itself. They didn't know if they were going to get Sigourney Weaver back for the third one.
There's a bunch of stuff. There's a 3-hour documentary.
Yeah, the original premise was going to be Riddick. That's where the Riddick character came from. Was going to be the original script for Aliens 3 if Sigourney Weaver didn't come back.
Yeah, there's a really good documentary if you just like that kind of stuff.
And
it talks about it. It talks about all the problems with Aliens 3, and it went through 3 directors and Sigourney Weaver's Annie Gunn. So there you go.
Pitch Black was going to be Alien 3.
Pitch Black's better than Alien 3, so that would have been much better.
That's why the aliens.
Well, what's his face? Was he one of the writers, David Twanny or whatever his name is, that wrote Pitch Black?
I think he was.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, all right. So we got 2 for Dark Knight. Jared.
It's not as painful for me since the third one's kind of dog shit. Put intended since the dog alien. Dark Knight works better as a trilogy. The first one, fantastic. First Alien's fantastic. Second one's great. The third one's like, yeah.
We didn't spend so much time on this one. I forgot who's next.
Yo,
right.
I can't even remember the third Aliens. What was the plot of it?
They were on an alien planet or the prison planet.
The prison planet and the alien.
That was gay, dude. Yeah, fuck that. Dark Knight.
The alien's like a Rottweiler based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already said fuck that.
All right, so yeah, Dark Knight for me too. If I could spell here.
Darkman. That's a trilogy.
It is a trilogy. All right, Iron Man trilogy versus the Bourne trilogy. We will start with Duke.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne, and he got Duke.
Duke! Stop playing Rise of Nations. Oh, fuck. Whatever. Jared, go.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Honda?
Well, since I've never even seen the whole trilogy of Bourne, I'm going Iron Man.
Leo?
Iron Man.
All right, I'm going Iron Man too. Duke's vote wouldn't matter anyway, so we're going Iron Man. All right. Back to the Future.
I feel like Leo on this one with this way it was with the.
Well, then, Jared, you get to go first.
Same here again.
You get to go first.
Here again.
Are you going to cry this time?
Versus Spider-Man.
Love Spider-Man 1 and 2. Some of my favorite movies ever. but I love all three of the Back to the Future movies too. So I'm going to go with Back to the Future. As much as painful it is to choose from, the studio's interference with the third Spider-Man fucked it up. So in the rules of the trilogy rules, best trilogy. Third Spider-Man was shit, even though the first two movies were masterpieces.
All right.
Back to the Future, it's home run each time.
All right. Honda?
If I had to sit down right now and watch 3 movies in a row, my choices are Spider-Man or Back to the Future. I think I'm going nostalgia, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Like, so many things are based upon that. Like, I don't know. I can't give examples right now. But of like our expectations about what the future was going to be like with fucking flying cars and fucking hoverboards and like, what did they get right? I mean, some things, but not very much.
Yep. Leo, what do you got? You going to cry this time, Leo?
So, I'm going to base this off each of their third movie. And I thought Back to the Future 3 was pure shit.
Stop talking like that. Why you keep talking? You keep talking all this craziness, my dude. I used to like you, and now it's just breaking my heart.
I don't want to say this.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that's my favorite?
Because it was pure shit.
No, dog. No, it's not. Stop saying that.
Worse than Spider-Man 3.
Stop saying those.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
All right.
It pains me to say this. God damn it. Fucking Spider-Man. God,
No.
We're going Spider-Man. All right.
I know. I don't want to.
No, it's not.
I don't.
All right. All right.
Yeah, but
All right.
yeah.
No, I understand.
And
I'm
Duke votes for
going to
Spider-Man.
use the same
No,
logic that
Spider-Man.
I'm going to use the same logic that Honda did. If I had to sit down and watch a trilogy right now between these two, I would pick Spider-Man. It's not to say I don't love Back to the Future. I fucking love Back to the Future. I would, if I had to sit down and watch 3 movies. I'm more likely to watch Spider-Man than I am Back to the Future. So that means Duke's vote is the deciding vote. It's 2-2.
Yeah,
I don't even know which way it's going to go. But
So Duke votes Spider-Man. I mean,
Duke votes Back to the Future.
Spider-Man. All right.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man 1.
thanks, Duke.
No, I voted for Back
Duke
to the
voted for Spider-Man. His favorite is Spider-Man 3.
No, it's not. It's Back to the Future, you bunch of. Man.
No, but I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at this result either.
I'm not. I love both those trilogies. I'm just more likely to watch Spider-Man than I am Back to the Future. And part of it, I think, is going back to what Honda was talking about earlier. I've seen Back to the Future trilogy so many fucking times. Now, I've seen Spider-Man trilogy a bunch too, but not as much as I've seen the Back to the Future trilogy.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets hard.
Are you I'm at the point where I'm not watching a lot of stuff that's OG because it's got to marinate. I'm not watching Star Wars. I'm not watching like Back to the Future. I'm taking off on a lot of things right now because you could overwatch them and you'll never want to watch them again. So they got to marinate for a little bit.
All right. So now we're on to round 2. We've got the original Star Wars trilogy versus Evil Dead. Now, I'm going to go first. This time.
Well, you should go last so that you don't fucking taint the pool.
Yeah,
I don't think I can taint the pool on this one.
I think you could taint the pool.
You could. I know what you're gonna do.
I already know who
Why
I'm
don't you just hold
voting for. You're
on?
not going to take nothing for me.
Why don't you
Yeah, I
hold
already
off,
know.
'cause you're the host, and if you say one way or another, then other people are going to be like,
All right,
well,
fine. Then I'll go last. That's fine. I just wanted to go first because I think I'm gonna pick the one that nobody else is gonna pick. So go.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead. Duke, you go first.
Star Wars.
Okay. Jared.
Evil Dead, baby.
Just
All right. Leo.
Star Wars.
Thank you,
Honda.
Leo.
You
now
know,
you wrong
honestly, if you were like, hey, you get to watch the original Star Wars trilogy, or you get to watch the Evil Dead trilogy, I'm going Evil Dead, man. That's more fun.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Am I the deciding vote here? That's 2-2.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You have the
Pull
power.
the trigger.
You know
Trigger
what
time,
needs
never
to be
enough
done.
ammo.
I'm going
No,
Evil Dead, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going Evil Dead. I'm going Evil Dead.
Why do
Before
you care?
Dawn.
Lord of the Rings is your baby anyway. Doesn't matter.
I know what you're gonna do though.
I
wanted
Evil
Star
Dead.
Wars
I
versus
would
Lord of the
rather
Rings.
watch and again, I love the original trilogy, but I don't have Star Wars tattoos on my body. I do have a fucking Evil Dead tattoo on my body. Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen it. They used to be like a few years back. Somebody did like a fan edit and took all 3 movies and made a one movie.
Oh, that's a cool thing. They did that with other
Oh,
stuff.
I haven't
It's
seen
good.
that.
They did that with the
find that. Let me
Godfather.
know.
They did that with Godfather 1 and 2, and they called it something, and they made it so it was chronologically done correctly. And I'm not gonna lie, it was some of the greatest stuff I've ever seen.
Evil Dead through Army of Darkness all takes place in like a couple days.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Indiana Jones versus Lord of the Rings. Duke, you can go first. We all know what you're going to say.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, all right. We got that one out of the way. Now we're going to let Leo go next. I want to see if he
Lord of
cries
the
over
Rings.
this one.
Nope. Lord of the Rings.
Oh, he's going
That's
Lord of the
right.
Rings. All right, all
That's
right.
Remember, I didn't like Indiana Jones that much.
That's right.
All right. Jared?
This is a tough one here.
No, it's not.
You got such really cool iconic scenes on Indiana Jones, especially that one where he's sick as shit in the filming and he just dudes on.
Yep.
I'm going to throw a wrench in it and say Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. All right.
And it's like you said, if we're going to sit down and watch it right now,
That's not what they're asking. That's not what they're
everybody else
asking.
has been using that same logic.
That's what I'm asking.
I'm going Indiana Jones to piss Duke off.
Oh, it's 2-2. Am I the deciding vote here,
Oh, baby. If you do it, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Don't do
Duke?
it.
Am I the deciding vote?
I'm gonna leave. Don't. It's not a better trilogy. No,
I
it's
will say I love Last Crusade as a movie
Such a
more
good
than
movie.
I love any of the fucking Lord of the Rings movies. And it is that's my favorite one. That's
Last Crusade,
Last Crusade is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Temple of Doom's great. What's the other Indiana Jones movies? Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, Lost Ark is the fucking. Oh, that's so good, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot about that movie. It's almost better than Lord of the Rings as a trilogy. Wouldn't you say?
No, I would not say. I would say not. I would say nay. No, I would not say. I would not say any of that. I would say Lord of the Rings is better.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right.
do it.
So you know, Duke, I mean, they're making some good points.
You motherfucker.
See when that guy
Did you run around pretending to be a hobbit when you were a kid, or did you have an Indiana Jones hat and a whip?
Remember when we were fighting the big dude and the plane, the Nazi plane swings around and the prop takes him out?
Yeah.
I hate snakes.
Only the penitent man shall pass.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm sorry, Duke.
I hate you all. I hate you all.
I gotta go Indiana. Dude, I like it better. It's from my childhood, man.
It's not the question. The question is, what's a better trilogy as a trilogy? Oh. Specific question. It's not what's a better movie. It's what's a better
I like that
together.
trilogy better. I do.
I'm with
gosh.
you on this, dude.
It is what flows better, and it was a made trilogy. They made it all at once. It's the thing that was made to be a trilogy, not made over 10 years like everything else. I hate you so much for not following the rules.
Hey, don't worry.
Not my bracket. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, if it was The Hobbit,
You gonna ridicule me for my opinion?
Yes. You do it to me all the time.
Wait, so how do you like The Hobbit over?
yeah,
the
I do like The
original?
Hobbit more than Lord of the Rings.
I'll be right back. Captain America and Back to the Future. I'll be back.
Did he leave? Did he leave?
He said he'd be right back.
I'm gonna be honest. I only picked Indiana Jones because it would piss him off. I actually think Lord of the Rings is a better trilogy. I really do think Lord of the Rings is a better trilogy.
People are already mad at us for picking Evil Dead over Star Wars. Even.
I'm gonna put Lord of the Rings in here just to fuck with him. I do think that is my real vote. I only picked Indiana Jones to piss him off. He'll come back to that. He'll be happy again. It is a better trilogy, but all right. He said Captain America versus Captain America: Dark Knight. Jared, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Captain America because the third movie on with the Dark Knight trilogy was weakened with the death of Heath Ledger because it was supposed to be another Heath Ledger movie.
Yeah,
I think it's been a little stronger. So I'm gonna go with Captain America. Because it's the third one I always thought was the weakest of the three.
Yeah. Honda.
Ooh, this one's tough.
Oh, well, whose dreams we're gonna ruin now?
Well, look at the chart. Your dreams might be with the little litter.
Look
Check
at
the board again.
I
I guess
screen, Duke.
I'm gonna go Captain America. I guess by a fucking cunt hair.
All right. Leo. What?
He's crying again.
He's crying again.
Let's see. Shit.
He can't do it.
God damn.
He's torn. It's like choosing between children or something over here.
It is. Okay, I'm gonna go by what I watched the most as rewatchable, and I say
That is not
Civil
the question.
War was
That
great.
Was not the question. That was not the question.
I can't. I know, but god damn, I have to figure this out. They're both great as a trilogy, if you ask me.
It's not like we're electing a president here, boys.
Okay, that was easier. That's easier. Shit. I'm about to go Captain America.
Captain America. All right.
And that was
And
hard.
I am going Captain America as well. So, although I do think Dark Knight is one of the greatest comic book movies of all time.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the first movie was a masterpiece.
Duke, have you looked at the screen, Duke?
What? Oh, you changed the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was just fucking with you, dude. I think
Oh,
Lord of the
that's
Rings
cool.
is the better trilogy.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice of you. You guys are all great now.
I was just
Thank
fucking
you.
with you.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
good.
Heath Ledger like Dark Knight.
Oh, it's one of the great, like it just as a movie, not even a comic book movie. It's fucking one of the
Oh,
greatest
yeah.
movies. I love that movie. All right, now we got Iron Man, Back to the Future. Duke already said Back to the Future for him. Honda.
Iron Man, dude. I gotta go Iron Man. Sorry.
All right, Iron Man. Leo.
Back to the Future.
Jared.
That's another tough one, but I think I'm gonna go with Iron Man this time.
Going with Iron Man, and that leaves me to the side. That's 2-2, and I'm going Iron Man. I love those movies. I have gained a newfound appreciation for Iron Man 2, which I did not have for a long time.
And
And I think it was real easy to hate that movie when we only had like 5 Marvel movies, and that was clearly the weakest one. But as time has gone on, it has held up a lot better. And I already loved 1 and 3. I know a lot of people don't like 3.
I have like almost the same opinion, but my least favorite one was the third one, and I've gotten more appreciation of the third one now.
Yeah, I liked the third one from the very beginning because, you know, it was done by what's his face, who did all those 80s movies. did Lethal Weapon and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And I liked the vibe that it had. So I've always liked that one. 2 was the one that and arguably 2 still like Whiplash should not have been in that movie at all.
Well, the only thing I truly despised in the second one, when Happy hits Whiplash with the car, it should have fucking paralyzed him.
Yeah,
because it wasn't a full exosuit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we're on to the semifinals. Evil Dead versus Lord of the Rings. Duke, would you care to go first? Because I can't even possibly imagine which one you're going to pick.
Duke should go last, and everyone should make him sweat.
I hate you.
And I'm going to go first. Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Okay. Jared?
Groovy.
All right. Leo?
That's 2 votes for Evil Dead.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Duke?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God, it's up to me again. Here's the thing.
I mean, you got the tattoo.
I don't have a Lord of the Rings tattoo.
Don't you do it. You know the truth.
No, I do know the truth. Evil Dead. I'm not even fucking with you this time. I like Evil. That's what, dude. I have a fucking Evil Dead tattoo for a reason. Like,
it's great because my real vote would have been Lord of the Rings, but it's just
Can't stand you. Just doing it out of spite is what you do. And you know the truth. You know the truth is better move. You just do it.
it's the most fun thing you can do right now. Is vote against you.
My answer was truthful. I love
Mine
Evil Dead.
too. All of mine was truthful.
Mine's truthful too. I love the Evil Dead trilogy. I fucking adore those fucking movies.
I used to have the director's cut, the first movie on VHS.
Yeah.
I lost it in a house fire, but
I have no other movie tattoos on my body other than Evil Dead. So, I mean,
Okay. I'm going to change mine to Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
All right. That's fine. That's fine.
That changes
we
it.
can
I
do
know
that.
it's actually my vote. It's my true vote.
All right. We can. So, Lord of the Rings is making it. Are you happy, Duke?
I'm actually really happy. Thank you.
All right.
Just gives me another chance to vote against it.
I feel like this one is a no-brainer, clean sweep. Captain America trilogy versus Iron Man trilogy.
yeah.
Can we just all agree the Captain America trilogy is better? As good as the Iron Man trilogy is.
Again? It's Captain America, Civil War, and what's
yeah. Well, it's Captain America, First Avenger, which is World War II. Then there's Winter Soldier, and then there's Civil War.
Okay.
Is anybody going to vote for Iron Man?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. So.
Ooh, now here's the big one.
So what we've got down to is both mine and Duke's favorite trilogies.
Yep, that's right.
That's what we've got here, which I think is great because I would argue that these are probably as I said, I think Captain America's best trilogy, but I will say that I honestly do think Lord of the Rings is probably the second best trilogy here.
Except they could have just flown the Eagles and had the movie in on like 5 minutes.
That's true. They could have. Although there's an explanation, I read it somewhere of why they couldn't do that, and I don't remember what it is. There was an explanation that came from, like, I guess later J.R.R. Tolkien books of why that couldn't happen. I don't remember what it was. I remember reading it on the internet somewhere, but
maybe it's like the evil kings, whatever we call them, with the that ride the flying dragon things.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. We know Duke's voting Lord of the Rings, and I'm voting Captain America. So let's just get that out of the way right here. Next up, we'll go with Leo.
Oh, God damn it.
It's another 10 minutes of him crying, trying to figure out what to vote for.
Damn it.
Come on, Leo. I got faith in you. You can do it, Leo. Is he even there? Leo,
here.
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Pacing around the room for a little bit to try to get your thoughts through.
Damn it.
You trying not to have a panic attack?
Lord of America. Captain of the Rings.
Captain of the Rings.
As a trilogy.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to go Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fine. All right, Jared.
It's 4th of July weekend, brother. It's got to go with Captain America.
Captain America. That means Honda has the deciding vote.
Oh my God, Duke. Oh, Dookie, baby.
Honda's got the deciding vote.
I mean, I gotta say, if it was The Hobbit,
Don't do this. Don't do it.
America.
okay,
You know what's the truth.
I would go Lord of the Rings,
Uh-huh.
except
Uh-oh.
the third movie drags on so fucking long at the end that you want to kill yourself and Frodo while you're at it. Right? And it's almost so long that I'm just like, I wish that the Ring Wraiths would have just killed all these motherfuckers like 2 fucking episodes ago.
I hate
But
you.
Captain America is great. Right? Like, those movies get better and better. In fact, I would argue that Civil War is the best of all 3 of those movies.
Yeah.
So
Same
on
for
one
me.
hand, you have a declining empire. And on the other hand, you have an aging wine that just gets better and better. What would you choose, Duke?
You know what the truth is, so pick that.
And with Duke Liberty, how can you go with Lord of the Rings?
I'm sorry, honest truth is fucking Captain America. It honestly is.
All right. We have a wiener. No. Fucking love. Ah. That was great. That was great.
Yeah, super chat.
Oh, I do have a super chat. Boob Sweat. What did Boob Sweat say? Sent some pics from HorrorCon costume contest. Oh, Duke's back. Duke, are you okay?
No, nope. Superman just kind of knows what the real, better the trilogy is.
It made it to the semifinals. It made it further than my
Right.
beloved Evil Dead did.
No.
I'm kind of happy with this outcome, even though I picked Lord of the Rings.
I like how we kept
Not bad
taking
at
Lord
all.
of the Rings out, only to bring it back, only to take it out, only to bring it back, only to take it out at the end.
Give Duke hope throughout.
Like maximum
Like
pain.
this was an emotional roller coaster for Duke that ended in just misery. Like we kept dashing his hopes and then bringing him back and then dashing his hopes and bringing him back, only to just completely decimate his emotions in the end.
I mean, do you remember hearing about the CDC performing maximum pain experiments on primates to see how much they could take?
Yes.
I feel like this should be part of that experiment.
Let's see. Duke sent some costumed pictures here. He went to HorrorCon this weekend. Let's take a look at his costumes. Well, not his costume. He took pictures of people. So we got.
Some
I don't know who this is
women.
supposed to be.
That's Spaceballs.
Yeah, space.
Oh, she's okay. Yeah. She's
Barf.
okay. I was like, I know who that is, but I don't know who she. Okay, she's Barf.
Dark.
Okay, yeah, with the milk bones and everything.
Dark helmet and Barf.
Okay. Oh, that's his pictures of his 3D printed stuff. Did you get him to sign anything? He did some 3D prints for Tracy Lords because he was going to meet her there.
Who did this? It's
Second
not me.
Amendment.
You said Duke. It's not me.
Oh, Boob Sweat.
Boot sweat.
Boob Sweat. Second Amendment and coffee. Slapped a sticker on the door. What is this? Is that all? Oh, I think that's all he sent. That's why.
I think it might go the other way too.
Oh, maybe I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, now we're going the right way. So, okay, we've got Chucky and Bride of Chucky and Elvira. We've got, Pyramid Head had some tits. We got Beetlejuice. All right.
Yo.
Oh, we got, what's his face from It? What was the kid's name? I'm blanking on the kid's name.
Georgie.
There you go.
Oh, I was thinking that was the kid from Up, but like not fat and Asian.
Wait, what do we? Oh, there's a blank picture there. Now, this kid just needs to be taken to the hospital. Like, I think that's all that we saw. This is just an accident that happened that he thought was a costume.
Is the wheelchair part of the costume?
I think that's because they're taking him to the hospital right now. He can't walk.
Show up in a wheelchair, and
I don't know what happened. Let's see. Oh, he got a signature there.
What is she playing? Who is she?
Tracy Lords. She's the porn star who made the transition to real movies and shit in the 90s. And she started doing lots of sci-fi and horror and stuff. But she was a porn star. She's like most known because she lied about her age when she got into porn, and she was really only like 16 when she started doing porn. And that was like a big controversy or something, I guess.
Well, yeah, because that would be child porn.
Yes, exactly. But yeah. All right, cool. There you go. All right, so that's some pictures from HorrorCon that Boob Sweat went to. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this evening. We have
Duke
successfully made it through. Of course, we did completely decimate Duke.
Mm-hmm.
We've hurt him deeply. We've hurt his soul at this point.
Maximum pain.
With
That
our
was a
bracket.
good bracket. I have to say though, that was a good bracket.
That was a really good bracket. We haven't
That
done
was
brackets in a really long time.
Yeah.
So we'll have to start doing some. We'll do some more brackets on these Geek Chats because we haven't done them in a long time. And the ones we have done before, we did them so long ago that there's like always new shit to add to them. But we'll do some more. We'll do some more brackets, because that was fun. We just got to make sure we find a way to torture Duke in every bracket.
Boob Sweat said he's also got selfies with Daniel Harris and Scout Taylor Compton.
I don't know who Scout Taylor Compton is. I know who Daniel Harris is.
Yo, it's Duke Sweat leads to pearl necklaces.
Ooh. Duke Sweat leads to Lord of the Rings losing.
Y'all are real horrible.
You made it so much fun, though. Like, it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't know. Leo did a pretty good job making it entertaining.
Leo, like, having a meltdown trying to decide was also pretty fucking funny.
That was hard. Yeah, that was hard.
I thought you were going to have like a stroke or something. Or a couple times.
I mean, as far as like trying to group them together as a trilogy, as a trilogy to find the best one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was hard.
All right. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Weekend Geek. We'll be back next week, more Weekend Geek, and then of course, chats throughout the week from everybody here, just about. I think everybody but Leo here does chats throughout the week, so go check them all out. So I'm not even going to name them all off because they're fucking everywhere. But yeah, that's going to pretty much be it for tonight. We'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. There's a little bit of the weekend left. You're only halfway through, so it's fine. You can figure out some way to enjoy tomorrow. I don't know what you're going to fucking do, but figure it out, motherfucker. That's all I got to say about that. But anyway, all right. That's it. We'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, guys.